Hey guys, so I am back with another Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 6 review. This review is for episode 18, and this is the season finale for Season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Love and Hip Hop New York will be starting very soon, and so next week will be the part 1 of the reunion. So if you did not catch my reviews for episodes 1 through 17, please go check those out, and I will have the links of some of those videos in my description box. Now, this episode starts where the last one ended, where Lyrica and Britney B end up meeting up at some type of bar because Black China wanted to get the two of them together so they can try to work things out, because she's working with Britney B on some music and she wants to work with both Britney B and Lyrica, and so she thought it would be a good idea to get the two of them to meet up. Now, it doesn't really go well when the two of them meet up because Britney B shows up and she's already on guard because she had heard that Lyrica said that it would be on site if they see each other, and so obviously if you tell somebody it's going to be on site, when you see them, whenever you're going to go around them, you're going to have your guard up. And so Britney B immediately walked into the venue and she said that I thought it was on site. Like, I don't know why she came in like that, but she did. And so the two of them start bickering back and forth with one another. Lyrica gets up, she shoves the table and it pushes it towards Britney B, but they don't end up getting into a physical altercation because they get held back by security. Now, Lyrica was saying that she feels like Britney B is jealous of her and that she's probably jealous because she can't even get a man to cheat on her because she can't keep one. And I was like confused by that because I'm like, Lyrica, that is not nothing to be bragging about. Like, yeah, you have a man and you're married, but he's cheating on you, so that's not really anything to be proud of. But anyways, I do think that Britney B should have came in with more of an open mind. Now, they end up taking Britney B outside, and Black China goes outside to try to talk to Britney B, but that doesn't end up going anywhere either because Britney B is just acting up and she doesn't really want to talk to Black China too much. She's not trying to hear what Black China is trying to say to her, and so Black China leaves with Lyrica and says that Britney B was getting on her nerves. Now, I have to say that I put that on Black China herself because she shouldn't be trying to play peacemaker between two people who don't like each other. That's why you don't do that, because one, it makes you look like a bad guy. Two, it puts you in the middle of drama that you would have never been in the middle of if you would have stayed out of it. So that's how I feel about that. Immature is rehearsing their music for the tour. Well, they're having a little mini performance that they're going to do in LA just to see how it goes in a small venue before they decide to go on tour together. So Ray J shows up. He shows up with a bunch of people. He shows up extremely late, and he has his dog with him who's wandering all around the place. And everybody's looking at Ray J like he's crazy. Now, Ray J said that he brought the dog for emotional support. I love dogs. I'm a dog person, so I wouldn't have had a problem with him bringing his dog with him, but everybody else seemed to have an issue with it. So Ray is excited about the tour, but he says that his family comes first. But Princess has an issue with Ray J working too much because she feels like he's not putting his family first. And I honestly feel like she doesn't ever fully trust Ray J because of the things that he did in the past in their relationship, and so she doesn't have trust for him. And now that he's working more often, she's starting to feel like he's doing more than just working. Now, Ray is acting like he's putting together a whole movie. Like, he's talking about how dramatic he wants the show to be and all this shit like that. And they're like, bro, this is not gonna be a big performance. This is just gonna be a small performance in a little venue just to see how it ends up going. So before we decide to go on tour and do all these big shows. Now, Ray J seems like he's not that optimistic to do a small little performance, but he agreed to do it because it's gonna be money in his pocket if they decide to go on tour together. Now, they actually did a really good job practicing, and I'm interested to see what happens at this little performance that they're going to do. Yo-Yo decides to set up a meeting with Apple, but she brings Mr. Ray with her. Last time she had Tiara Marie and Nikki with her, but Apple ended up standing them up and didn't show up, so now she brought Mr. Ray, who's actually close to Apple, which is probably a better situation to bring Apple in because you have to approach certain people differently, and I feel like Apple wouldn't have felt comfortable with all those extra people there. So Yo-Yo says that Apple is coming to talk, and she hopes that she doesn't stand them up like she did the last time. Yo-Yo feels like Apple self-sabotages herself, and I feel like that too, because I feel like Apple could be further in her career right now if she would stop doing the things she does, because most of her issues stems from her jumping in other people's beefs. She has friends with people and then she jumps into their beefs that have nothing to do with her, like the whole Lyrica and Summer Bunny thing. Why are you trying to fight Summer Bunny for Lyrica when Lyrica that's Lyrica's problem to deal with, not yours, and you're jumping in on that. And I just feel like she needs to learn how to stay out of other people's problems, because half the problems that she jumps into are not even her own. So she ends up showing up, and Mr. Ray says that he saw her live and he just wanted to make sure that she was okay. Now, Apple feels like everybody's being dramatic. She doesn't even party and drink all the time, she said that everybody goes through the things that she's gone through, and she feels like it's not that big of a deal, and that she wants people to just leave it alone. Now, Yo tells her that she wants her to win, because she does want Apple to win. I can see that she's rooting for Apple, and she really wants to see Apple do good, but she knows that Apple's behavior is going to stop her from all these opportunities she could get. Now, Apple begins to be receptive, but she says that everyone's going through something different, and they don't walk in her shoes, so she doesn't feel like people have a right to judge her. But she does appreciate Mr. Ray and Yo talking to her, and so I hope that talk that she ended up having with Yo helps her learn that she needs to change her behavior up, because she's not going to get to where she wants to be in life if she doesn't make some changes. And not saying she needs to change everything about herself, but there's definitely some changes she needs to make in her life. Now, Lyrica says that she's having trouble looking at A1 the same after Summer Bunny showed up at Yo-Yo's party. Now, she should have been having trouble looking at him the same, because he already has made her look stupid multiple times, and she keeps on, going back to him and entertaining the idea of being with him. I know they've been together for a while. I know they have a child together, and I know that they're married. But how many times does he have to do you dirty before you decide to let that shit go? And even if she doesn't end up getting a divorce from him, taking a real break from one another is probably what they're going to need in order for them to figure out what they're going to do with their relationship. So she ends up meeting up with K. Michelle, and she tells her about what happened when her and Black China went to go meet up with Brittany B, and said that they had an altercation, and that she doesn't even care about the Brittany B situation, and she doesn't know why Brittany B cares so much about what goes on with her, because she has bigger and better things to focus on, and she has more things to worry about, like her relationship with A1 falling apart. Now, she says that she's possibly found a new place, and K. Michelle ends up asking her if she's trying to be fully done with A1. And Lyrica says that she doesn't know if she wants to be fully done with A1, because she has abandonment issues, because her twin sister had passed away, unfortunately. And then she said that she didn't have a relationship with her father, and so she has abandonment issues, and that's why she's afraid to be done with A1. Now, Lyrica's mom understands that Lyrica has abandonment issues, but she feels like that's not an excuse for Lyrica to stay in an unhappy marriage just because she has abandonment issues. And I completely agree with her mom. I don't feel like you should stay in a relationship with somebody just because you have abandonment issues and you don't want to, lose somebody. She's not going to lose him. He's still going to be in her life if they decide not to be together, because they have a child together. But, we'll see what ends up happening with them. But Lyrica needs to make up her mind, because all this going back and forth is a waste of time. So K. Michelle is throwing herself a going away party because she is moving to Atlanta. And so she invites Lyrica and her mom to go. And I'm hoping that there's not going to be no drama at this party that she's throwing. But I can't say that I'm sure there will be or not. Moniece has a mini performance, and she says that she's been trying to focus more on her music because she hasn't been able to eat and sleep, and that she's been going through it, and that music is the only thing that's been keeping her sane. Now, Booby ends up showing up there because him and her have a friendship, and he's there for her because he saw the way that Drew handled her at that event that they had went to for Mickey Monday. Now, she sits and talks with Booby, and she tells him that 1 minute her and Drew are fine and they're getting along and they're co-parenting very well, and the next minute when he gets a girlfriend or he starts, talking to a female, things go left. And I feel like it partially goes left because, one, he tells their business to the girls that he's dating, and he lets them get too involved in his business with Moniece. But at the same time, I feel like Moniece needs to learn how to stop reacting to him getting girlfriends. I feel like there's a part of her that still wants to be with him, and that's the reason why she gets pissed off every time he's dating somebody. But I do think that Drew should know how to handle her in a certain way, because he knows that she suffers with depression and shit like that. So she said that she was bothered by Drew coming to April's rescue because he doesn't do the same for her. Now, she had said that after the whole situation went down at Mickey Monday's skate party, she said that she was texting Drew because she didn't have any medication and she was really having a mental breakdown. And so she was texting Drew and he wouldn't answer her. So she ended up breaking down and she called April and cried and told her that she needed to talk to Drew. She got on the phone with Drew and she said that he basically dismissed her and told her to call her parents if she needs some type of help, which I think is wrong to do because she's having a mental breakdown and your son's in the house with her. So I don't understand why he would just dismiss that like that. That is wrong, but I feel like she should stop going to Drew because she knows that he's not going to be there for her. So why keep going to the same person who keeps hurting you? So she said that she's going to try to go to a treatment center to seek some type of help because her son was saying that he wants a normal mommy. And that's heartbreaking that her son knows that there's something wrong. And so I feel like she really needs to get it together. She needs to stop worrying about Drew, only talk to Drew when it's about their son. Maybe they're going to have to go through the courts or something to figure something out when it comes to their son because it's not working with the two of them co-parenting on their own. So we'll see what ends up happening with Moniece and Drew when this reunion happens because the reunion is going to be next week. Lyrica and A1 end up meeting up to talk in the park, and A1's saying that he's tired of Lyrica putting all the blame on him. He said that she's cheated on him before too, and he didn't put all the blame on her, so he feels like she needs to stop putting the blame on him and that she needs to care about his feelings because he feels like she only cares about how she feels and she doesn't care about how he feels. Now, I think that he could say that to her and not just go out cheating on her the way that he does because it's like, how could you expect her to care about how you feel when you're out here cheating on her, making her look stupid? It's like you don't really care how she feels either. Otherwise, you wouldn't be out here making her look dumb. But I do see where he's coming from because I don't think that he's the only reason their relationship is rocky. She has to have a part in the fact that it's rocky too. So she basically told him, because when he told her that she needs to care about his feelings and that she needs to stop putting all the blame on him, she told him that before they had their son, or when she was getting ready to become pregnant with her son, I think that he told her that he didn't want to be with her no more, that they was going to get a divorce, and he packed all his stuff, took his dogs, and left. And so when that happened, she had slept with somebody else, and then she said that she had remorse, so she went to him crying and put all the blame on herself and apologized to him for that, and she thought that everything was good between the two of them, but then she ended up finding out that he was cheating on her, and then the whole Summer Bunny situation happened, and then they had the baby, and he wanted the DNA test, and so the two of them just have so much drama in their relationship, things that they don't even choose to deal with. They kind of just put all those situations to the side, and I feel like they're not going to grow from the situations that they've had with one another. So I don't even understand what's the point of them continuing to talk. They need to stop meeting up together. They need to stop going to these events together, holding hands, pretending like everything's good, because everything's not good between the two of them. And as much as they keep trying to pretend that it is and trying to work things out, they're not going about it the right way. So I just feel like the two of them are like really toxic together. They were arguing with each other, like yelling inside this park in this public place, and she told him that she found her own place, and she told him that she wants a divorce. So we'll see if she ends up going through with the divorce. We won't know anything about their situation right now until next week at the reunion. It's K. Michelle's farewell party because she's moving to Atlanta. She said that she needs to be back down south because she's going to be having 2 new baby girls, and she's going to do her country album, so she wants a fresh start, which I think is good. I feel like she should be where she feels more comfortable and where she feels more happy because she's definitely gone through a lot of things too. So Lyrica's mom is there, and she ends up telling K. Michelle that Lyrica found her own place. Now, Lyrica ends up telling them that her and A1 argued and that she feels like A1 doesn't ever have any type of remorse for anything that he does. She said she feels like he doesn't even feel bad for the things that he does to her, and he doesn't really show any feeling when it comes to her. So I just feel like I don't know about the two of them. I don't even think they're done with each other. So I don't even know what to say about the two of them at this point. A1's mom, Pam, ends up showing up because she said that she doesn't like the way that Lyrica treats her son. She heard that they started arguing, and she heard that she moved out. So she ends up going up to them, and Lyrica's mom has an issue with Pam showing up there because she didn't know that Pam was coming. K. Michelle didn't have a problem with her coming either, but Kay didn't want any drama at her event, so she said that it was okay for Pam to be there. Now, Pam ended up asking if Lyrica and her could talk on their own. Lyrica's mom ended up getting up and going with K. Michelle, and Pam ends up saying to Lyrica that she didn't like that Lyrica moved out because it's not good for the baby. I don't agree with A1's mom with that, because I feel like what's good for the baby is two of his parents being able to get along with each other, not being in a house where the two of them don't get along and there's so much toxicity and tension. So I feel like it's best for Lyrica and A1 not to be living under the same roof right now. Now, Lyrica's mom ends up coming back and jumping in on the situation. I don't know, maybe she's trying to be protective of her daughter, but she says that they all just need to deal with what's happening, that it wasn't ideal for A1 and Lyrica to not be together, but at the end of the day, there's nothing they can really do about it right now. It's up to A1 and Lyrica to figure out what they're going to do in their relationship. And so Pam agrees, and Pam said that she wants to put the pettiness to the side and that she's going to still be there for Lyrica and the baby. So I think that that was a good turnout with the two of them. Hopefully they can work things out, even if Lyrica and A1 don't end up being together. For the sake of the baby, everybody needs to try to get along. Everyone ends up showing up to Ray J and Immature's little trial show that they're doing in LA at the smaller venue. And Princess feels sketchy about Ray because she said that ever since he's been working more, she feels like he's moving back in the direction that he was before. Like, he's going back to his old ways, and she doesn't like that, and she's feeling bothered by that. And so I don't know about Princess and Ray J, because right now she was saying online that she wants a divorce from him and that he left her stranded with the baby in Vegas and he was out messing with women and strippers and all this stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with Princess and Ray J, but they need to figure it out because they're having a son. Now, Yo-Yo and Britney will be filming a video together because of the song that Britney B jumped on that Yo-Yo was doing. So they're going to be doing a music video together. And Yo-Yo basically tells Britney and Mickey Money that she spoke to Apple about getting herself together. Now, Britney says that she cares about Apple, but at the same time, Apple has to want to change for herself, which is absolutely true. Apple has to want to change. You can't try to make somebody change. You can only tell somebody something so many times. And if they don't listen, you just have to leave them be and let them figure it out on their own. Now, Paris and Zell are in the other side of the venue, and they see that Britney B's there, and they're talking shit about her, but they don't end up going over there because they don't want to ruin the performance, which I think is good, because usually Paris and Zell will go over there and cause a big scene, so I thought it was good that they didn't end up doing that. Now, Moniece ends up showing up with Booby. They all asked them if they're dating because the two of them showed up together. Now, they quickly said no, they're not dating. They're just friends. They're not Drew and April pretending to just be friends and they're really sleeping together, which I thought was funny. You know, you have to throw a little bit of shade in there. Now, A1 ends up showing up and he talks to Ray J and Princess, and he tells Ray J and Princess that Lyrica moved out and that she said that she wanted a divorce. Now, Princess kind of feels bad because she said that she's the one who put the bug in Lyrica's ear to move out. She said that she told Lyrica that she should move out because she did that to Ray J before and he ended up missing her, and they ended up getting back together and working things out. And so she felt like that would work for Ray J, and she thought that would work for A1 and Lyrica. And A1 seemed like he was a little bit bothered by that, but he was saying that he still wants to be with Lyrica and he doesn't want to get a divorce. And I'm just like, he says he doesn't want to get a divorce, but then he doesn't show that when he's with Lyrica, because then when they start arguing, they both start yelling about things. So neither one of them are over anything, and so the best bet is for them to probably have some time apart. Now, Ray J gets on stage to perform, and he has a really good performance, and I really like his voice. He has a great voice, and his music is really good. I think he did a really good job, but I feel like him and Princess are in a really rocky place right now, and she was saying that she always wanted a big, close-knit family because hers were small, but now she's scared that won't happen because Ray's slipping back into his old ways, which, I mean, she got with him and he was acting like that. I don't know why she thought that having babies with him was going to make him change, because a lot of the times that doesn't work. And so, I don't know, Ray J needs to get it together or he's going to lose his family. Now, Immature goes to perform, and they did a great job too, so I think the tour will definitely be something successful, although Ray J has now pulled out of the Immature tour because of his situation going on with Princess. He was saying that he was going to take time to focus on his family, although that's not the case because him and Princess just had this big dramatic situation all over social media. So we'll have to wait until the reunion to see what happens with the two of them. Now, everyone says that they're over the drama because this is the last episode of the season, and that they're all focusing on themselves and working on their businesses, and hopefully they all do that. But another season of this of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is going to come out, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more drama for 2020. So hopefully everybody gets their shit together, but we'll have to wait and see on this reunion that is going to happen next week. The episode cut there. I thought it was an okay season. I thought the situation with Ray J and Princess took a bad turn. When the season first started, Ray J and Princess seemed like they were doing good. Ray J seemed like he had actually changed. But now, towards the end of the season, it seemed like he was slipping back into his own ways, and Princess was seeming like she wasn't trusting him anymore. I felt like the April and Drew situation was so ridiculous because I felt like they wanted attention for their relationship. I feel like they want people to care that they're together, and it makes me wonder if they actually are in a genuine relationship, or are they just doing it for the TV show and the checks that they get from it, or are they just doing it to get back at somebody? Because I don't know, Omarion has seemed unbothered about the situation. So that's what I thought about this season so far. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought about this season and this episode specifically. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more videos, and thanks to all the people who are already supporting the channel, and I will see you in my next video.